All right, it's 5:30. Let's call the Mandan Public School District number 1 to order. It is Monday, February 5th. First item on the agenda is Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We'll move on to the agenda. Is there any changes, additions, or things? Not seeing anybody. What's the wishes?
Move to approve the agenda.
All right, we have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
And we have a second. Any further discussions? Seeing none, please call roll.
Yes.
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 Yes. Next item is public communications. Anybody in the audience wish to address the board? Anybody wish to address the board? Not seeing anything. We'll move on then to the administrator's report. First item on the administrator's report is retirement of Morton Sioux Special Ed Unit Director, Dr. Bitts.
If I may, Mr. President, I'd like to do A and B together.
Sure, go ahead.
We belong to a Morton Sioux Special Education Board. Tracy Klein has been our director for 14 plus years. Mr. Klein is retiring. There's different boards for both the Heart River but he's submitted his letter of resignation. We have opened that up. We are gathering applicants. I think we've got 3 or 4 that have already applied for that position. We're looking to interview mid-February, and that board will set up the interviews and do the hiring, but just wanted to make you aware of it. And then also the Heart River Career and Technical Education Center. Kevin Nelson, we hired in July to get us going. Mr. Nelson is retired, and he came out of retirement, and he's been working for us half-time to get us off the ground. He's done a great job. Carolyn and Tom are on that board, and he has turned in his resignation. We also have that opened up, and that board will again fill that position. Nothing you need to do. I just want to make you aware of both those vacancies. Neither one of those are surprising to us. I think we knew both of those, or we had a strong inclination that both of those were going to happen this year.
All right. Well, on behalf of the board, I'd like to congratulate both of them on their retirement and thank them for all the work they've done. I mean, they've done a lot of things to improve the lives of kids, so thank you very much.
Absolutely.
So, and those of you that are on some of these boards, let them know that and tell the board appreciates it, please. All right, we'll move on then to Mary Stark recognition.
I told you we had Mr. Radke here, I don't know, a month or 2 ago. Mary Stark was recognized as a National Distinguished School. There's 2 in each state, and Mr. Radke and his team, as part of that, a $40,000 award came to Mary Stark. So Mr. Radke and a team of teachers from his school will be going out to Portland, Oregon later this week, and they will receive an award and recognition there. Also on February 29th at 1 p.m., Superintendent Baszler will pay a visit to Mary Stark and recognize them for their accomplishment, and you are all invited to attend if that works into your schedule. I know it's in the middle of the workday, and February 29th at 1 p.m.
All right.
So if you can make it, we'd love to see you there. You don't have to give us any notice. If you can give us notice, it's nice so we can recognize you, but if you just show up, that's fine too.
Yeah, please let Dr. Bitts know if you're going to go, because if we get more than 5 of us, we'd have to notify it as a meeting too. So just let him know so he can at least take care of those things if we need to do that. And that's a good thing. That'll be nice for them to get recognized nationally. So they earned it. They worked for it.
It really is. It's a nice honor. A few years ago, Roosevelt was one of 2 schools in the state to be recognized as a blue ribbon school, and now for Mary Stark to get this honor, it's just really nice. There's 400 and some schools in the state, and only 2 are National Distinguished Schools and 2 are blue ribbon schools every year. So it is a big honor to get those.
Yeah. Well, we'll move on then to the update on the near site. Mr. Legacy.
Yeah, this is something that we've been working on for quite some time, and I think we're starting to make some progress. On January 10th, the Health Insurance Committee heard presentations from Sanford Health and Medallis Medical. Both had very good presentations offering a lot of services to our employees and the district. Sanford Health's proposal. I'm going to go in just a very high-level overview. I don't want to get into the details. Sanford Health proposed limited costs or reduced costs for our employees on a very limited scope of services. They would have charged the district an annual fee. This would have been good on a traditional PPO plan, but not something that works great for a high deductible plan. I want to thank Sanford. I think we were asking for something that they were not real comfortable with doing, but they stepped up and really had a strong proposal. Medallis Medical, on the other side, really had a plan that is tailor-made for high deductible health plans. They are offering full urgent care services at a reduced cost for our employees. So our employees will be able to go to a Medallis Medical clinic for a $25 copay for all urgent care services, basic x-ray, basic labs, and a whole suite of services. So they're really reducing that cost barrier to care, which was really important to our health insurance committee. The only drawback is our upfront costs. We will have to help and share in some costs to build out a clinic, but looking at cost factors, we'll recover those costs within 3 to 5 years. So that payback is there. Like I said, both presentations were great. We had a lot of discussion in committee, and the committee did unanimously choose to move forward with Medallis. We're working on contract negotiations right now, and Medallis is open and willing to come and present to the school board as we move along in the process. So.
All right. Any questions? Mr. Horn and myself, we sat in on them, and I mean, they both of them did very well in regard to it, and a lot of discussions around it by the committee, but the committee definitely felt that Medallis was where they wanted to go with this type of thing, and that's why they're in that process of negotiating with them and that piece of it. So it was good. They were both interesting, and we got to thank Sanford for coming to the table for it. You know, they do a lot for us too, so thank them for that. Any further questions on that? The only question I got is what's the kind of the timeline? Do you have any idea on that?
I don't. I reached out last week and asked for some template contracts. I think we'll start working through that in the next couple weeks. I would hope by maybe our second March meeting, we have a draft that we can bring you. That might be a little aggressive when we get into kind of contracts, but we need to move forward this spring.
Yeah.
And then my hope is that next spring we have a clinic open and operating.
Yep. In 2025.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Any other questions? Seeing none, we'll move into consent agenda. The consent agenda is review and consider approval of previous board minutes from January 16, 2024. Accept the health insurance minutes from January 10, 2024. That just related to the previous discussion. Accept the Park District Joint Facilities minutes from January 11, 2024. What are the wishes of the board?
I'd make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
All right, we have a motion. We have a second. We have a second to approve the consent agenda. Please call roll.
Yes.
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 Yes. Moving on to unfinished business. We have no unfinished business, so we'll move to new business. The first item on new business, review and consider approval of the 2024 school board election timelines. Mr. Legacy.
Yes, included in your packet is our school board election deadlines based on an election date of June 11th. The county has agreed to run our election for us this year. Thank you, Don Rowan. I really appreciate that. But with the June 11th election date, the most important thing for candidates that want to run is our filing deadline is April 8th of 2024. All the filing documents are included in the packet. There's an application. There's a statement of interest, and new this year is a campaign finance reporting disclosure that is required by candidates. I will work with all candidates that file to make sure that we meet those deadlines. It's new for me. It's going to be new for candidates. I'll make sure that we stay on top of it.
All right. Any questions on that? And Ms. Peel, you're gonna speak to people that are interested in that school board. You know what date that is and time?
It is Wednesday here at 5:30.
Okay, so if somebody's interested in any of the boards, they can go to that, correct?
Yeah, if they're interested in running for any office in Mandan or elsewhere, I don't think it's just us. We're just hosting it. They should come. There'll be representatives from school board, park board, City Commission, County Commission. So anyone who wants to learn anything can come here and we'll talk and they can get their questions asked and we'll do some presentations. It'll be really informative in 5:30 to 7:30.
Okay, thank you. I just thought we'd get that out there so people are aware because that helps in the process. Any other questions? All right, moving on, review and consider approve the following letters of resignation.
Chair Wolf, we
Yep.
do need a.
Oh, you need a
consent
motion, huh?
To approve the timeline. Yep.
Can I get a motion to accept the 24 school board election timeline?
So moved.
All right, we have a motion, we have a second. All right, now do we have any more discussion? I just missed a step. Please call roll.
Yes.
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 Yes, I just made the assumption it was a yes, so. Doesn't work, does it? Review and consider approval of the following letters of resignation. Julie Fleck, Science at Mandan High School, and James Gustafson, Math at Mandan High School. Dr. Bitts.
Yeah, I tried talking them both into moving over to the new high school for 1 year, but was unsuccessful. Hate to see them both go, but congratulate them on their retirement.
All right. What are the wishes of the board?
I move to accept both resignations, also to thank both of those teachers for their long years of teaching and shaping our Mandan students. We really, really appreciate the work they do, and thank you.
You have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any further discussions? Seeing and hearing none, please call roll.
Yes.
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 Yes. Next item, review and consider a motion to issue teacher and administrative contracts on March 1st. Can't believe it's that time already. Dr. Bitts.
It is, and we have a 2-year agreement with both the teachers and the administrators. State law allows us to issue contracts on March 1st, and they would have 14 days to accept or decline. So I would, I guess, ask you to direct us to issue contracts on March 1st.
All right, what are the wishes of the board?
Move that we issue the teacher and administrative contracts
On March
on
1st.
March 1st.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
And we have a second. Any further discussions? Anything else you want to add? Oh, I thought you were going to say something. Go ahead. No. Please call roll.
Yes.
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 Yes. Next item is future meeting dates. I'm going to skip the middle one. February 12th, Policy and Personnel, 5 p.m. at the Brave Center. March 4th is the school board at 5:30 p.m. at City Hall. Dr. Bitts and I talked a little bit about the February 20th. We don't have a whole lot that we need to have on the agenda that day, so we was thinking that maybe we would do a school tour again, because it's been a couple months since all of us have been there, and I think it's time we do a walkthrough in relation to it. So my question for you is when you want to do it. We could do it the 19th or the 20th. You notice here it says 7 p.m. City Hall. That's probably not the time we want to be able to do it. The 19th is President's Day, where we normally meet on the 19th in relation to it. So what are the wishes of the board? And then we'll kind of decide what day we want to do it.
I will say that if you can't all find a time, if somebody can't make what time, we'd certainly could do a couple of different walkthroughs. I do think it's important that you get through the school and see the progress. So we could even do a couple of different times.
Yeah, I think between Dr. Bitts and myself, we're up there at least once a week that we can definitely bring tours on an individual basis as needed. So.
Is there school on the 19th?
No, it's President's Day.
Oh, that's it. Okay, so
There's not school, but Mr. Legacy and I will be working, so we certainly don't mind doing it that. I do say you want to do it when it's frozen. Otherwise, it's a muddy mess.
Really?
What's your thoughts?
Either day works for me.
Yeah.
So like, it would be about 5 o'clock maybe though on the 20th if we did that, so it's late or earlier?
Well,
It takes at least an hour to get through the building. 4:30 is pushing it to get done in time to have light. We'd need to start by at least 4.
on the 20th?
On the 20th, I think
We could either that or we could do right away in the morning if you wanted to go at 8, if that works better too. I don't know what the weather's going to be that far out. My phone app doesn't go that far, but
It's supposed to be pretty cool. We'll have a
Okay.
weekend, so.
I would not be available the afternoon of the 20th, but I would be on the 19th. And if we do it 8 o'clock on the 20th, that works.
20th Tuesday, I can make that work too. What's your thoughts?
That works too.
8 a.m., is that what you're saying?
8 o'clock?
Does that work for everybody? Work?
Okay.
8 a.m. on the 20th? Okay, so we'll set that date for 8 a.m. rather than 7 p.m. at City Hall. It'll be 8 a.m. at the new high school. And you guys, when you get a chance before that, tell us where we should park, just kind of depending upon if they want us to park on the east side or the west side or the north side, so
Yeah.
you have an idea.
I will get directions out. The site's kind of changing every day right now, so you'll know by the 16th, that Friday before I'll send an email out.
Okay?
And if that doesn't work for somebody, just contact Mr. Legacy and I, and we'll get you through.
Let us know if we need boots for mud again, or if we can
Yes.
Yeah, you know,
still have mud on those
yeah,
boots.
and one other thing you might have noticed if you drive up there now, they got the gates closed up there during the weekends and things like that. That's a Northwest Contracting insurance requirement now, so that's why that's happening up there in relation to it, so. Okay, anything else that needs to come before the board? If not, we're meeting adjourned.